the Mythical Atheist after party. Inquisitive Quandary keeps trying to jump in here, but of course, it seems that he's been having audio issues lately, and like I'm assuming he can hear us, but we can't hear him. So I'm not entirely sure if he'll be able to work those issues out. And I'm not entirely sure who we're actually talking to right now, dude, because that doesn't appear to be anybody watching at the moment. Even, you know what they're doing? I put the whole "give me your best selfie" thing on Twitter earlier.
They're all taking selfies.
Yeah, they're all busy taking selfies and dropping them on under my thing there, my post. You know, I had Steve Bauman, who is our local geologist buddy. And he took a picture of himself and his wife. I guess they were out doing some geology type things today. So and I was like, "Oh, look at that, best looking geologist ever!" Right, kind of thing. So it was. I got him hooked up with Apologia, so he got to be in Apologia video.
Yeah, he was this last video that Apologia did.
Yeah, exactly, and it's really, really good.
Yeah,
I love how Steve kind of gets all angry for a bit in some little sections. Yeah. Apologists like, "Tell us how you really feel, Steve," kind of thing, which has just cracked me up when I heard that. You know how people do that, like they'll get really pissed off and then you're like, "Oh yeah, tell us how you really feel." I think you froze up. Yeah, you froze up. Well, at least we got you frozen with a smile. Try jumping out and back in again. I hate it when that happens, man. I used to have the issues all the time where my computer would freeze up all the time, which is why I ended up dropping the cache on a decent computer with good processing speed, because I hated when I froze up. It was annoying as fuck, especially when I had like when I was doing one of these shows or one of the Deconversion Stories, and I would get frozen, and everyone was wondering what was going to happen. Because if I freeze up, then the whole thing could shut down, right? But it's just my processor speed that was shitty at the time. I went through 2 computers trying to find a better processor speed, and I finally, I decided, screw it. I got to put out the cache for a decent system, and I finally did, and I have not had any issues since, which I think is really good. I'm wondering, though, if maybe Mythical Atheist had some other issues, because he kind of just froze suddenly, and that hadn't happened in the entire interview or at the beginning of this. So I'm wondering if there's some issues maybe with the internet connection there, possibly. But they'll pop back in a moment when they kind of reboot or whatever. So until such time, you guys are stuck with just me sitting here rambling about probably, not a lot of stuff, because I will be doing a little bit of fun after this. We were just talking before we went live about I'm going to be heading downstairs to my buddy's place after this and watching the new Spider-Man movie, the Far From Home Spider-Man movie with Mysterio, which I was always kind of wondering if they'd ever have him in a movie, because Mysterio was always one of my favorite characters from the original Spider-Man cartoons, like way back in the 60s and stuff like that, where they did them. I always thought he was a really cool, interesting character. And when I remember seeing the ads for the movie, and I'm like, wait a second, something's wrong here. He's a nice guy. He's a good guy. What the hell is this shit? They're calling him a superhero. And of course, I found out, I haven't actually seen it yet, but I found out that he ends up being not as good a guy as he appears to be in the commercial ads. So, all right, they're back. All right.
Unplugged my router.
Oh.
She caught herself on it and ripped out all the wiring from the back. I had to restart it and plug it all back in.
Oh, so it wasn't a technical issue, folks. It was a cat issue.
Yeah.
Damn, your computer came down with felinus.
Yes.
Felinus accidentis.
Very common computer issue.
I was just telling them about our conversation about the Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
All right, IQ's back, and I have a feeling they say third time's a charm. So let's see what happens here.
Okay.
Are you with us this time, IQ? This has been going on since he started up my Discord. I'm wondering if there's some weird internet gremlin that got him through the Discord.
He's been attacked by it.
Yeah, some sort of something happened. IQ, try on your. Oh wait, you might be on your phone.
That could be the issue. Oh, Mike is muted now.
Mike is muted. Yeah. I think he's trying to figure out what's going on. Check your settings, all that shit. See if everything's aligned properly. Because it's always good to have IQ in the chats because he's fun. Oh, are you vaping? God, I hate it. I can't smoke in here. It sucks.
Neither can I, which is why I vape, because I can vape here.
It doesn't smell like cigarettes, and that's probably one of the reasons they don't let us smoke in here. Actually, in our contract, it doesn't actually specifically say that I can't, but my roommate doesn't smoke, so and she didn't want smoking going on in here, so I respect that.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so I go outside. I'm known as the guy that's always outside smoking. It's the wizard guy that's always outside smoking.
Yeah. People describe you.
Yeah, something like that.
I get the weirdest looks when I'm out smoking because I smoke a pipe. All my neighbors will walk by and be, because I'm like 21 and they're like, what's this 21-year-old person doing over here smoking a pipe? Oh, now we got two. Oh, one's gone.
No, I took the other one out. Have you figured out the issues yet, IQ? If my suggestion would be, if you're using your phone, the best thing to do would be to reboot your phone, like restart it. Or if you're using a computer, do the same thing, because there might be driver files that got scrambled around or something. You never know, right? So,
yeah,
shit happens.
Oh yeah.
This is kind of strange. Usually, there's more people that want to jump into the into the after party, but on Saturdays, especially, because it's usually when everyone's, in the partying mood, so to speak.
No work. Yeah, I haven't been jumping in or asking to jump in lately because there's usually so many people, and this one only holds at 6, I think.
Right.
So like that, and I've just been busy, so I haven't had as much time to watch your live streams. I'm usually working when they're on, except for on Saturdays.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, that's not your fault. I drive school buses and like.
Oh, do you? Can we call you Otto? Like from The Simpsons?
I've never watched The Simpsons.
Whoa, dude. No, really? No? Oh, man. They're great.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to watch that stuff growing up. And
no time like the present to make up for that.
True. I've been watching a lot of stuff that I missed out on. Like, I never got to watch anime growing up.
No anime?
No anime. That was like anime, Harry Potter I've been watching because I never got to watch those. Playing video games, wasn't allowed to play video games, like all the stuff that I'm catching up on.
Fuck. Dude, that sucks.
It does. I kind of jumped too much into it, I think, here, especially with the video games, because I spend way too much time gaming.
Well, I got a response from Jim, by the way.
Jim?
Yeah, Jim, who's from Atheist Edge.
Oh.
He says, I'm balls deep in editing at the moment. I don't even want to ask him what that's all about. But he's pulling an all-nighter, 11 downs, about 8 more to go. We're taking October off, so I had to produce enough to last through the month. Hit me up for the next one, though. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Damn.
I even dumped a link to join in the DR Arena, which is David Worley's podcast group.
Yeah.
That's got all kinds of people in there, like Zara Kay and like tons. Steve McRae is in there. Steve McRae. That's the guy you either love or hate. And I'm kind of like, I don't know. I think he's okay. He's got some interesting positions that he holds that not everyone agrees with. But hey, he's allowed to have his opinions.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know why people shit on him all the time for them, but whatever.
Yeah, Doorknob head in the chat is all like, my brother drove a school bus when I was in elementary school. Kind of weird, but not so bad. Like, let me tell you, everyone told me go with high school. It is the easiest. People are the children are respectful. I'm just like, okay, I'll do that. I have an elementary school route as well. My elementary school kids are more mature and well behaved than half of my high school bus. I got like 70 kids, but like Friday, which was the last day that I worked, they were ripping up notebooks and crumpling up the paper and throwing them out the window. And then like there were two people having oral sex in the back seat. So that was
what?
Fun. And then one of them just came in smelling like weed that morning, and I told their people, and he got caught drug dealing, like heroin and weed and a couple others. So yeah, my high school bus is great.
Wow, man. I'm just responding to some more of the pictures people are posting, the selfies.
Oh no.
Yeah. Though they're going to happen for a while.
Oh, I'm sure.
So, let me try looking. What the hell was that?
Oh no. Oh, I think it was a cat.
For some folks to jump in the after party. Nope. There we go. I hate this silence. Nobody likes silence on YouTube. No. We're all just sitting here and there's, and I'm just trying to type.
It's okay. No.
That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's just you and I mean, we could, just talk about all kinds of stuff. So since you were denied so much TV, what are the, like when you figured, or not when you figured, when you started, this is the stuff that I want to watch. Did you read a list of stuff? Like you have let's see, I got anime, I got to watch some X-Files, I got to watch, what kind of stuff were you wanting to watch?
Like for me specifically, when I got out, anime was up there. SpongeBob wasn't allowed because
SpongeBob
all the kids ever talked about, and I was never allowed to watch it. So I watched some of that, and then Game of Thrones I watched.
Oh yeah, great show.
Yeah, great show. And it was terrible, but whatever. Cat, what are you doing?
Screaming, apparently.
I have 5 cats.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, well, I only have one. The rest are the rest of the families. But
okay.
What else?
What about Spartacus? Have you seen Spartacus yet?
No, I don't think so. I've
seen watch Spartacus.
Okay.
Great.
What else did I watch?
I'm always interested to find out the kind of shows you were denied to see that you kind of want to watch now, right? I always sort of had an interest in that sort of thing. Yeah,
I'm trying to think. It's been 4 years. Yeah, 3 or 4 years now that I've been allowed to watch stuff because I turned 18. I'm trying to think of what big stuff I really watched. So of course Harry Potter, Guardians of Gahul, if you know what that is.
Guardians what?
Guardians of Gahul. It's the movie's called Legends of the Guardians, but
right, with the owls.
Yeah,
I've seen them.
Yeah, I watched that.
Good movies.
Yeah, trying to flip and think. There were a lot of books that I read.
What about Lord of the Rings, that kind of thing?
Lord of the Rings we were allowed to watch. Lord of the Rings is my all-time favorite movie trilogy. I will watch it, and then the day after I will be all I want to watch it again. I will never get bored of it.
Yeah, it's good.
It's amazing.
It's very good for coming from a book. I
Like-
mean, it's got to be. I think it's. Although I know, you see, I've read the Lord of the Rings multiple times as a kid. Oh, hi, Skeptic She.
Ah,
You should jump in if you can. The interwebs is surprisingly quiet tonight. You are true. That is true. Must be everyone must have parties planned or something like the one I'm going to be going to.
of course.
But where was I? Oh yeah, the Lord of the Rings. I was totally distracted there.
Yeah.
The Lord of the Rings, I thought, was for the movie version of a book. They did a pretty good job. They didn't leave a lot out.
No, they did do especially if you watch the extended versions where they added in like a lot of the stuff that was missing. But like I have a like leather bound copy of it, like 20th anniversary copy of it.
Beautiful.
In the room, and yeah, love the books too. But they did a phenomenal job. Like I don't think I've ever seen a movie series with that much content with a book with that much content.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really hoping that the new Amazon series is going to be as good. Like
You shall see. Amazon usually knocks it out of the park for most of the stuff that they do.
I've only seen Good Omens, which was great, so not too worried. Oh, he's back.
I'm gonna try again. I can't right now.
Oh yeah,
Hey.
I'm not alone.
Well, that's great, Lauren. I mean, if you're making dinner and stuff like that. Oh, and yes, we did have a great chat. It wasn't a full hour, but we decided, you know what? Let's jump into an after party.
Yeah,
it ended up being me and Mythical Atheist, anyways. until IQ finally got it working properly, and now IQ's with us.
welcome.
But I was. Oh, he's roboting. One of the things I thought that they could have added, but they didn't, and I understand why, was all the Gimli stuff with the Fairy Queen. You know how he's always thinking about the love affair,
Lady of the Wind, Galadriel.
Yeah. So, and they didn't really go into that at all, really.
No, the only time that they like mention it at one point in the extended edition where she gives him like her hair, and then like a time or two after that they mention it, but they don't really go into most of it.
Right, they don't, but at least they acknowledge it.
I think the biggest part that they left out is the very end where like Frodo and Sam go back to the Shire, and like Saruman is in the Shire and he's like taken over, and they completely cut that out. Just had Saruman die at the fall of Isengard. Just kind of weird.
That's true too.
I mean, I understand why they did it, because it's like the crowning of the king and everything is a really good spot to end, and that would be kind of just like a really drug out tale, I guess, but it's still kind of weird.
Yeah, I guess visually it would seem like it wasn't like why do we need to do this?
And it would really slow down the end of the movie. Like the end of the movie would, because you go from like massive battles to the crowning of the king, and then it's just like back in the Shire and like
and there's Saruman.
Yeah.
So Skeptic, she was saying it's hard to get a lot of people on. Usually I usually get lots of people that jump in on the weekends. Weekends I always found were easier to get people in, because during the week when I do these, it's like people, they're working, they got to get up early or whatever, so it's tougher to get people in. But most of the people that I have in here are, night owls anyways.
Yeah.
Or work weird shifts like Russ or Duke, right? Because they work weird shifts, so they're usually up at this time. Because Duke's in Florida, so it's like 4 hours ahead or some shit.
Oh yeah. Well, 3
hours. Okay, yeah.
Not 2. And
Eastern. I was confused, like the Eastern time and Atlantic time, right? So
yeah.
B Millsabelle, you're on B Millsabelle's channel. That's awesome. Wait a minute, he beat me again. Damn it! Owls like Hooters. Yes. Oh, hey, Adelinda, how you doing? You can jump in if you like. Oh, most are watching the football games. Yeah, I suppose.
There's football games.
Yeah, there's football games on right now.
I don't keep up with sports.
No, it's college ball. College ball's on right now, I think.
Uh,
And,
I used to watch that when I was younger, but not in years.
I like watching football. Football's pretty cool. I'm a hockey guy though. Like that's my sport. Obviously,
I watched a hockey game.
I'm Canadian, so I think it's illegal not to watch hockey in Canada. Hockey and beer.
What more could you ask for?
Hockey, beer, poutine, maple syrup. Canada Goose riding a moose. Wait.
Now, can you combine those all into one thing? The experience of Canada, like beer that's like maple syrup and moose flavored.
Moose flavored beer. I've had moose, like the moose meat, and it's actually really tasty.
Ah,
But I can't imagine moose flavored beer though. It just seems kind of weird.
terrible.
Happy to contribute to your bitter rivalry with B-Mills and Pub. We don't have a bitter rivalry. Him and I are good friends. He was one of the first people I actually had on my show. Was B-Mills and Pub, way back. Flying dogs. What's that? Mice found in beer bottles. Yeah. Mice found in beer bottles. That's the old Strange Brew Bob and Doug McKenzie trick. Where they drink the beer and then they put the mouse in the bottle and they take it back to the brewery. Hey, what's this crap? Yeah. I know you guys are football fanatics in the South. I love college football. I love NFL. I love CFL, which is the Canadian Football League, otherwise known as the crappy football league. That's where all the players that don't make it in the NFL come. They come to our country and play in the CFL.
Oh no!
I actually work with a guy that's an ex-CFLer. His name's Corey Philpott. He was one of our running backs, and he scored a lot. He was one of our best players. They used to call him Quick Six when he played here in BC, and now I work with him. So, see, unlike the NFL players, they don't make as much money as those guys. All right, Adelinda, I will send you a link. Let's see if I can find you. Should be relatively close to the top. There you are. And I'll pop a link in there now. Boop. And boop. And there it is.
Ta-da! We need people.
Internet's magic.
I'm
I
not
really
good
should
at
start to. What's that?
I'm not good at conversation.
Sure you are. You've been fine so far. What are you talking about?
Well, like keeping one going, I'm not good at.
I see. That's where I come in.
Exactly.
Tailgates and Bruce. Oh yeah, we have those here, man. We have tailgate parties here. It's just there's usually snow on the ground and we're throwing hockey pucks at each other. And moose, because they're so light. Anyway, I'm over here. Yeah, fuck it, I'm over here. Yeah. Well, you tried, man. I give you an A for effort, right? So, yeah.
Thanks.
Shit, I was gonna say something. I totally fucking forgot. Oh, this aging shit sucks, man. I had this thing that I was gonna say, and I completely forgot. And this is like my second beer, and I'm not even finished it.
Damn.
So I can't blame it on the alcohol anymore right now.
I can't get drunk off beer.
What?
Like, I can't even get.
Come to Canada.
What's your alcohol percentage in beer up there?
This one in particular is 5.5.
Okay, that's better. Like down here, most of the stuff is like 2.5 or 3.
Right, but those are light beers, though.
Yeah, but up until April, Kansas wasn't allowed to sell anything above a light beer. They just ended that. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
And I was down in Texas. Aaron was giving me beers that are like 7.5 to 11%. I'm like, holy shit! Like 11% beers? That's like fucking wine.
Yeah. Texas does beer.
Oh yeah. They got some great craft breweries down there.
Oh, we have like 6 in Wichita.
Nice.
Yeah.
We got a bunch here. One right down the road from where I work, so I'm often down there after work.
Yeah.
Four Winds Brewery. They got one that's 9% that they make, so it's a stout. Yeah. Hello, Adelinda. Welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
It's Saturday. I have beer. There's sports on TV, and my friends are downstairs smoking weed, so it's good. Yeah, it's Saturday. I have beer.
Whoops, sorry. That was my phone.
Is that me? I sound.
Yep.
Oh no.
Holy crap! All these notifications coming through. What in the actual fuck? A SoundCloud notification? No, I don't need new music. Oh, CFL.
Everyone needs new music.
Yeah.
No, it's SoundCloud. They're trying to get me to follow some other bands. I'm like, fuck. My nephew George finally responded to me because he's got like 4 or something Facebook accounts, and every like other day I'm getting a friend request from him. I'm like, dude, remember your fucking passwords, okay?
It's like either that or you got hacked.
Oh gosh.
Lord knows you get those little pop-ups, like pop-up messages from people. Don't accept messages or accept friend requests from such and such. Their account got hacked. Blah 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 blah.
That's what I was gonna do. Is send
Shit, that was loud. I saw your message there, Neil. I thought I would lend my countenance to your presentation.
Well, thank you kindly. I was kind of hoping you would. I knew if you saw it, you'd jump in for sure. But
yeah, I'm an attention whore.
Who isn't, darling?
Look at me! Look at me! Look at me!
Look at me! I am live on the YouTubes.
How you kids doing?
Great.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hang on a second there. Mythical, you were just kind of nodding your head as like, I'm all right, I guess. Like, what's going on?
Like, I don't know. Life's slow. It's slow.
Slow is good. Because sometimes too fast will make your head spin.
Yeah, slow is definitely good, but no, we won't go into that, will we?
Smell the roses, all that good jazz.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Dinah, I kind of was hoping that you'd see it and jump in for sure because you're always fun to have in these chats. And I love you.
So. Sure. Let me get this on so I don't look like I'm half dead here. Oh, my.
Just half dead?
Just half dead, yeah. That whole dark circles under the eye thing and everything else. I got that, God, years ago. So I'm,
Well,
I think I look 50 when I have these things on, but not otherwise. There we go. Much better.
Mark Caesar in the chat wants to know about the biopsy results, which we've been through, but
okay, yeah, Mark.
Give me a quick rundown.
Yeah, sure thing. I am not going to die next week, so you can cry your
week.
beer, or, that sort of thing. It is progressive, but nowhere near as quickly as I had feared. I guess I've got a few good years in me. It turns out to have stemmed from atherosclerosis. And I can't even get that pronunciation. Atherosclerosis. There we go. The tubes in the kidneys are getting clogged.
Oh, no.
Oh.
And there's really nothing that it can do for it at the moment. It's okay. You don't need biopsy. You don't need dialysis right now. You don't need any medications. Just keep going and stay the course, and we'll deal with whatever. What?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
They have this new technology where they can unclog arteries and veins with this thing that they put in there, and it goes whoop, and it expands and gets rid of clogs. Could they not do that in the kidney? Or something similar.
From what I understand of the kidneys, those tubules are so small that you might have a problem getting something into them.
Oh, really?
We're talking tiny here.
Okay.
So on the lines of say capillaries.
Oh, right. Okay. So they could. I guess they can't even do anything with like vibrational type, like sound wave type.
Not that I know. No. If they can, then my nephrologist doesn't know about it.
Okay.
Which is possible. You never know. but we're just going to keep looking at me. Yeah, thank you for reminding me. I do need to get some blood tests done to just track my course. When I saw the nephrologist, he gave me some more. Nothing like that War and Peace thing that I had the last time around, happily. But just a few things to check a couple key points and see how I'm doing. And yeah, I'll get that done this coming week because I'm going to see Liput at somewhere around the end of October. So we're going to strike the middle. You know, between the last time I saw him and the next time I saw him, I'll strike the middle. So it's not too close to when I saw him, and there's no difference in what he saw and what he sees between what he sees and what he saw. You know, say that 3 times fast. But not so close to the time I see him, he won't get the results by the time I see him. Yay.
Yeah, really cool.
It's just...
SS 1964 said the sound waves are for stones, like kidney stones, and they do work. As they've had many kidney stones, I guess, removed with that. So
okay, but yeah, this is stones. This is plaque, basically.
no, yeah.
I've passed kidney stones twice in my life. Not fun.
Yeah, I understand that it is not the kind of thing you want to do on a Saturday afternoon. Yeah, you
Nope.
might have other things to do that are more fun.
It's like they always say like the closest thing to it is childbirth pain, and yeah, after feeling it twice, I've pretty much cut out soda from my life because I used to drink soda like it was, nectar of the gods. Just drink that shit all down.
Oh,
That's beer.
okay. So wait a minute. The soda, is it that the phosphoric acid in the sodas promotes stones? Is that the way it works?
I don't know. They never really explained. Mostly they just said it was calcium stones, and it's because I would drink I could drink a whole 12-pack of cans of Sprite on a daily basis. And yeah, that was way back when I was a kid, and I didn't know any better. So I had him once in high school, and I had him again about 12, 13 years ago.
Well, you were much older then. You're younger than that now, right?
Yep. So now I just eat myself to death.
Neil,
Yay!
you remember that song?
What's that?
You remember that song, Neil?
Which song?
I was so much older then. I'm younger than that now. The Birds.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course I remember that.
Us old folks just reminiscing here.
Oh, back in my day. What's that? No, back in my salad days. I don't know where the fuck salad days even means, but
Wait,
I think that's a generation even older than I used that.
Or Neil would be like, back in my day when I was a young man, you were a manly man if you could pee in the snow and it was blood.
That's right. I could write my name.
If you didn't die by the end of it, then you were a man.
Right.
Oh man! Oh Lord! Okay, that's a joke. That's a joke from quite a while ago. But there was an incident where outside the White House during the Nixon administration, there was "fuck Nixon" written.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
I know. And we had a different version, different politicians here. So,
and then they did a whole analysis and everything else, and they came back to Nixon and said, "Yeah, it's Kissinger's pee." And he said, "Okay, but it's
your wife's handwriting."
Wow.
The classics never get old.
No, definitely not.
Unlike us. Wait, does that mean we're classics now, Diana?
I would hope so. I would hope that we would not fade into obscurity.
Oh no. What's that? It's better to burn out than fade away. Is that
right? Something like that.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Rock of Ages.
I can relate in a way. Yeah, here he comes into the conversation again. probably better that my dear friend died the way he did rather than a slow, lingering death.
Yeah, I mean, if you have to pull out a positive from it, yeah. But it's never fun losing people unexpectedly that we care about.
Boy, I'll tell you, that was not fun.
No.
There were a couple of us who just couldn't make head or tail out of the entire world for at least most of a week.
I know.
I love you, Jeff. I miss you.
Yeah, he's good people. He's really good people. And
well.
I did my I was actually kind of pleased to see it, but I did my I've never done one before where post a selfie, right, of yourself. Yeah. I've seen many people do that, and you posted one too, but Karis did.
Karis, yes.
Yeah.
Boy, did Karis ever do that.
Beautiful lady.
Like she was ready to rip your throat out.
Oh yeah, because she had one of her hands back. I'm like, oh, it's gorgeous, but you look like you want to claw at me. And she goes, "That's right." Yeah, or something like that. That's good.
She's an absolute sweetie. I love her dearly. We have many the long conversation, especially over this last week.
Yeah, for sure.
And
look at Sylvia. She's going nuts.
She's going over here. It's everything's not where she wants it. Yeah, the entire, I think you can see the entire place around here looks like a bomb fell in here.
It's a mist of redecorating.
It looks like shit because I'm straightening up.
Okay.
Yeah, it's always got to get worse before it gets better.
Organized chaos.
Yes.
Exactly.
And if she's doing what I think she's doing, are you guys familiar with stink bugs?
Yes.
We have them here. Yep.
Yeah, she may have found a stink bug. She may be chasing it for its life.
Oh, no.
Just as long as she doesn't crush it or anything.
Oh, hi, Sassy. Oh, you just got out of the movie theater. What movie did you see? Or am I going to want to know? Going to be some romance or something. And be like, are there aliens or explosions or spy stuff or action? I don't care.
Believe it or not, the last film I saw in the theater was On the Beach.
Really?
It was a re-showing at a theater here about maybe about 15 years ago. My ex saw the listing in the paper and said, "Hey, we're going." And it was definitely worth seeing. I will say that much. But yeah, so I mean, I don't get to the cinema very often.
The cinema.
Gotcha!
Hey, upside down, sweetie. Hey.
Not just here, or as I like to call them now, apparently, hotcha. Yeah, I accidentally put an H in when I did my Friday 5, my FF5. And right away, people are like, "Oh, hotcha!" Like Jen's like, "Is this some subliminal shit going on?" I'm like, I don't know what he looks like, so I know his cartoon avatar, but that's about it. 50 Shades of Blonde. Yeah. So anyways, Sassy ended up seeing It Chapter 2. I haven't even seen the first one. So.
Yeah. Not just either an absolute cutie or suitable for the garbage can. It depends on who you are, and right, sweetie.
Notch is awesome. That's awesome. Hotcha. Yeah. It was a typo, and now it's been following me everywhere.
Get it?
Who was it? Oh, it was Karis that did a post earlier today. She had ordered some food at a restaurant, I think it was, with hot sauce on it, and there wasn't enough. So put on a little more, please, and finally got to the point where she just drank some.
Boy.
She needs to go for food with R and Rob because that guy eats stuff that's.
Oh my! I tell you, I would really like to be able to go to a Tex-Mex place with Aaron, and just see if I could keep up with him.
Oh.
Oh. Hang on. Oh, okay. Sassy was saying she's now Mrs. Notcha.
Okay.
No, we didn't hear that news. Sorry. It wasn't in the front page of the Inquirer.
Yeah.
They still even make that fucking rag.
I really haven't looked. It would not surprise me that at some point it was nailed for libel, but who knows?
I don't think it matters. Most people know that it's just a bullshit book or bullshit rag, anyways. That's all. Most people, and I'm sure they have
that qualifier in there.
Subset of followers that are like, wait a minute.
Well,
There are an alien baby.
There are actually people I know who think that professional wrestling is real. So,
It's funny. Back when I was a pizza delivery driver in my late teens, early 20s, back when people like George the Animal Steel, Big John Studd were still wrestling, they would come here to Vancouver and they would always order from our pizza place because it was their favorite one. And they'd always ask for me because I remember the first time I ever delivered, I went there and I didn't know who it was. I just go to a hotel and take this pizza with you. But it was like 10 pizzas. So I show up with all these pizzas, and the first time I was there, Big John Studd answered the door, and I'm like, wait a second, what the fuck? Because I used to, we watched it for fun, right? And I brought all these pizzas in. I'm like, holy shit, you're all the wrestlers and stuff. And they're like, oh yeah. And they had George the Animal Steel, who's the guy, I don't know if you guys remember who he was, but he had a green tongue and he always acted like a crazy, creepy guy. But he was sitting in the corner in this little chair with the little specs on like this, like he was reading the Wall Street Journal. And I'm like, is that George the Animal Steel? And George, without even missing a beat, is like, just kept reading his paper. I'm like, holy shit, that's hilarious. And they had Lou Albano was there, and then of course Hulk Hogan and all these other Iron Sheik and stuff. They would all be there and running up, and they had the Bushwhackers. One of the last times I delivered, they had the Bushwhackers running up and down the hallways like this, and they grab the pizza and run away with the pizza, like playing in character. But in many of my conversations with these guys, yes, folks, I hate to break it to you, but it is all choreographed. It's all scripted. None of it's real. However, they do get hurt.
Oh, yeah. That's
literally.
It's not to say that there's not a lot of work and practice and skill, et cetera, et cetera. These guys have to really work at and the choreography and everything. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And their pain tolerance.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they get hurt all the time. I mean, how many guys can you think of in at least the last 20 years that died doing this? Right?
Yeah.
Like falling from the sky and one of the rigs breaks, like Owen Hart. I mean, this shit happens.
I think that's why Jackie Chan doesn't do movies anymore, because he always did his own stunts, and I think he screwed himself up big time.
When he broke his foot, that was here in Vancouver.
Oh.
He jumped from one balcony to another, and they actually had a cast on his leg with a shoe painted over the cast, so it looked like it was normal.
Oh, wow.
That's how you do it.
That was, I think that was Rumble in the Bronx that they filmed here, because Vancouver can look a lot like New York in some areas, right? So,
I'm so sorry. Oh man, I have to admit though that I really hadn't watched any of the professional wrestling since, I don't know, say the mid '70s.
Yeah, but that's when it was hilarious.
Yeah,
and that's when they had all the little subgroups. Like you didn't really have the WWE or WWF back then. I love the new WWF memes that they have with the pandas hitting each other with chairs and jumping off the ring.
Jesus, yeah.
Which is just so fucking funny.
Wow.
In my area, there was the Akron Armory, where there was wrestling every Saturday. And the local television station would go down there with their equipment.
Right.
And I don't know. Have you ever heard of Dick the Bulldog Brower?
Yep.
Yeah, he used to be down at the Armory all the time. His favorite opponent was Johnny Powers.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you, I wondered sometimes just how real Bulldog thought it was, because he would be getting totally crazy, foaming at the mouth, hitting Johnny with the belts, those big award belts they have, and drawing blood from his forehead.
Yikes.
That was usually self-inflicted, by the way. When you see the blood, they usually have something like under a ring or something where they go like this, and then they cut themselves a little bit, and something like comes out.
Okay.
Oh, they're masochists. I see.
Oh my! But that was that was what, maybe about 72, something like that. The last time I saw any of that shit.
Well, we had Stampede Wrestling up here, and then we had the one from Ontario as well. Fuck, I can't remember what it was called. But anyways, and they merged eventually.
Excuse me.
And they eventually became the WWF. You got East Coast Wrestling. You've got the California Ring Wrestling that they had back in the day. They had all kinds of them, but little ones everywhere. And they eventually all just got bought out by McMahon, I guess.
Corporations.
Yeah.
I have never watched wrestling.
It's a lot of fun if you like that kind of thing. But I seen a couple live back in the 80s, early 80s, before they were the big thing.
I prefer watching jiu-jitsu.
Jiu-jitsu, yeah.
Now, I do admit, I once went to a fight and a hockey game broke out. Now, I actually have seen a hockey game here in Pittsburgh. The Maple Leafs were here.
The Leafs.
And everybody was saying, yeah, enjoy the practice, enjoy the Penguins practice game. Because I guess, are they still that bad? Because they were horrible back then.
Does that make you feel
Oh
bad?
no!
Huh? There you go.
What are you doing? Hey, look at that!
They were
I
giving
saw one of those
a-
hang up with the Lightning once.
Yeah, the Lightning, because they've won, I think, twice now?
I have no idea. I don't follow hockey. All I know is when I go to the Amalie Arena where they usually have their games, you see like the things hung up. But I've only been there once in a while when Trans-Siberian Orchestra comes to town.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
Going again this year.
I would love to hear them. Yeah, I really, really would.
Yeah, I seen them here.
Their shows are phenomenal.
They're here on.
Why are we getting echo?
I don't know.
Not I.
Okay, is it? Are you talking about the stuff? Yeah, hang on.
I don't hear from.
Do
Diane.
do do.
Yeah, it's coming out of Diana.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's coming out of me. Yeah, okay. Look
Oh,
at
not
that.
out of you, out of your machine.
Yeah. Yeah, the speakers are up over there, and the mic is down over there. We'll fix that. If I could find the damn headset. I mean, everything is to the point where I don't know where anything is. This is not fun.
You can do it. I believe in you.
Look what I found. Look what I found.
Woohoo.
I've been holding on to this actually because it's for one of for one of the kids of the guy that I was going to donate a kidney to. And one of his kids is a Penguins fan. So
Aww.
Oh.
I haven't run across him in a while.
What I'm waiting for is the local team get into the World Series. So maybe I can actually get to see a World Series game live.
World Series.
Baseball, my dear.
Oh. Okay. I played baseball for like 10 years.
I'm a baseball girl. In a football town, I'm a baseball girl. I tell you, it's. They're also Steelers crazy around here. I want between September and January, I just want to curl up and hide somewhere and just get away from all of it.
Unless they make it to the Super Bowl.
Say again?
Unless they make it to the Super Bowl.
I don't give a shit.
No, Doorknob Head said he thought I was holding a pound of weed. The pound of weed would be a lot bigger than that, my friend. But this is where I keep my weed, right in here. There you go.
Smart.
Yeti Pop Top, you see? Like that?
Oh, thanks for the tip.
Okay, hopefully this will do a little.
Right, so
Yeah, hopefully this will be a little bit better.
it's your weed in it.
Oh,
Now,
Look at you. Aren't you fancy?
Is that something you made from an actual? Is that something you? Okay. Is that something you made from an actual can, or is that something you purchased like that?
I bought this, my beer cozy thingy, which unscrews like this, right? And you put your beer in it. And then you see when you don't have your beer in there, you can put your weed in there like that. You see, and it comes with it. Like that.
But if you don't eat your meat, you can't have any pudding.
oh,
How can you have any pudding if you don't eat your meat? But yeah, no, I mean, this comes with this. And every time you buy one of these, the can inside always has a different design. Like I bought 3 or 4 of these and for all my buddies and me. And they opened them up and all the cans were different designs. So it's kind of cool.
That's pretty neat.
But yeah, they're like fake cans. These are safe cans. You can put all your money in there. And I'm like, yeah, that's not what I'm putting in there.
Yeah, right.
real important.
I think I've said this before. I don't know if I could even do that stuff anymore. As far as smoking it goes, I'm afraid that I might cough my lungs out, or that I may be so tempted, just to go back smoking again, which I don't want to do, man.
Okay.
And next week it's going to be 14 months.
That's fantastic, which is over a year. That's great.
Yeah,
But
a year and 2 months.
I'll tell you right now. I had a friend that had to quit recently because of cancer issues, and he beat the cancer, by the way.
Yay! It's a good thing.
Not gone back to smoking, but he still smokes weed. So I don't know if that's just him or if that's like anyone. But he says, yeah, he doesn't feel the urge to smoke anymore, even when he's smoking weed. So
yeah, with my personality, I tend to overdo everything. I don't know if you've noticed.
That's one of the things I love about you.
So, yeah, you have 1 cup of coffee and then you've got to have 1.5 gallons more that day.
Yeah.
Or you have, 1 cigar and then you're going to be on, half the El Producto line for that week. Do they even do El Producto anymore?
I don't know. But you're right, though. I have 1 beer and it leads to another one and then another one.
Yeah, I mean, really, it's. I guess I've thought that I've had no big problems with addiction, but maybe I do. It's just whatever it is I do, I just have to keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it until it's not good for me anymore.
By the way, Adelinda, I think I've mentioned this before to you, but that picture that you have right there for your avatar with the wings behind you,
Yeah.
that's just fucking glorious. I love that.
Thank
That
you.
is so awesome.
Yep, that's actually a chair at the Renaissance Festival that I go to. So that's why when I changed my channel name, I'm like, okay, I must use this picture. So that's what I did.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Share like that.
It's like they make it.
Yeah.
I wish I had that kind of ingenuity, but no. I'm just like, I must sit and I must pose. They also have like a throne of swords, like the copy of the Game of Thrones. Yeah, but they're all made of like wooden swords, so it's like a
Doesn't
knockoff.
matter.
Yeah, and they got another chair like that. Only it's like the monarch butterfly wings done in like rainbow colors.
Oh,
Now that whole wooden swords thing, why don't they go ahead and do the steel swords just sharpened really nicely? You know?
No, because that's got to be with the king's bum sitting on it.
Oh my! Because I understand that the whole sword walking or sword sitting or it can be done, but you have to know how to do it. And I would get my arse shredded, so I'm not about to do any of that. I like my arse. Okay, it's big. It's too fucking big, but I still like it.
And if it gets shredded,
So is mine.
it's really uncomfortable sitting on the toilet.
There you go. Oh man, actually, what's really fun is I have taken off a net 10 from the beginning of September. What happened was I was doing really, really well. Just pulling that weight off. I was down to about 123, and then Jeff goes and dies. And that really fucked me over. Okay, I'm now settling down. Maybe I'll get started back on it. I'd really like to be at a reasonable weight when I get down to Faithless Forum, if I can actually manage to get the cash together.
Yeah. There's a few people that I would love to see down there that I'm going to work with some other folks on making sure we can get everyone that we would like. You got to be there, Danny. You got to come down. It's so much fun.
That's one of the reasons I'd like to come down. And the other thing about that isn't that tips and tricks and seminars and how to do your channel and how to make this better and everything else like that. All the stuff I'd really like to know.
That sort of stuff we just talked about with ourselves. It was never really discussed all that much in the actual Faithless Forum. However, now that it's 2 days, they might have more time to bring those sorts of topics up.
Okay, then. Yeah, because, I'd love to see all you kids. I'd love to see you in person, Neil. We can sit down and have a fifth of scotch between us.
Fuck yeah.
And, maybe I'd get lucky and Kate would show up, and you'd see me. I'd be a puddle on the floor. You! I am so fucking jealous. You got to meet her in person. You got a hug from Kate Farr.
Two hugs.
You bastard.
Also, Kate and I have been talking on Facebook, and because I don't use Facebook much, but I use a messenger.
Okay.
So I'm apparently I have to go look at Sassy's Renaissance photos now, which would be really cool.
Are we friended between ourselves on Facebook?
I think we are. Yeah.
I think we are. Okay.
Yeah, I think we are.
Yeah. Fine. We're good.
But I was talking to Kate because I'm like, well, you don't have a deconversion story, so you can't really come on my show. You could. We could talk about something else, but.
Well, I didn't have that much of conversion story, so we talked about me being trans. What the hell?
Yeah, but that's fine. That's fine. And we could probably go into her whole thing about being a member of the LGBTQIA plus community as well. But Godless Mom and I are starting a thing, and we were going to have Kate as one of our first guests. And she's already agreed to do it. So we'll get into that as well, right? So Doorknob Head.
I'd like to have Kate as a guest, but no, we won't go into that, will
we? You forgot the word overnight.
Well, that's that whole planning the day's activities over breakfast thing I always talk about. Man.
I'd like to have Doorknob Head on my show, actually. But he claims to be undeconverted, so I don't. Doorknob Head, were you ever religious? Like, do I have any? Because you'd be like a really fun person to talk to on the show. So let me know if you'd be into something like that.
Ooh, Sassy's getting mad. She's like, what about me?
I like Doorknob Head. I would pay to see Diana Kate Porn movie. I tell you, it might not be as exciting as you think.
Oh, so you were
Doorknob
he was never religious. Okay, fair enough.
God, you're lucky. Really, really, really lucky. All these folks. Well, Kate is another one who was never raised in any inculcation, any religious indoctrination thing. Personally, I find these people to be extremely lucky because there was, excuse me, nothing they had to fight their way out of.
That's right.
I mean, I'm lucky in the sense that the indoctrination didn't take that well. I mean, there were still a few things I had to work my way out of, but happily, I was able to do that quite young.
Mm-hmm.
I think we talked about that. I couldn't use the word, but I think I was a full-blown atheist by the time I was 16.
Right. Yeah, it's what you were saying. You didn't really know what an atheist was. You just knew you didn't believe. And Sassy, I'm not snubbing you. You've been on my show.
She wants to come on again.
It was one of the good ones. It was one of the better ones too. Like I think we had a pretty damn good time on that show. So.
She's like, have me again, you bastard.
We'll have a real good time, yes, sir.
She's so upbeat and jovial and just like full of like positive energy, and that's one of the things I just loved about her, having her on the show.
Yeah, she is so happy she should be illegal.
True blood atheists. Billy Bong. Welcome, Billy Bong.
Okay, no, wait a minute. Have I heard that term somewhere before, or is this...
True blood atheist means you were never raised religious. You were your parents were atheists.
Okay, gotcha.
You know, that
sort of like a gold star lesbian. I got you now.
Star lesbian.
I have never heard that before.
That's a real thing.
I come from generations of lesbians.
Well, actually, a gold star lesbian has never been penetrated by anyone or anything.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, I was reading a thing on Twitter not too long ago about how some lesbians would refuse you or to date other lesbians if they weren't gold star lesbians.
Hey.
Wait a minute. Are you saying that
they thought they'd been defiled?
Oh.
I don't know if that's
interesting. Interesting.
I mean, you know, I'm not dating any toy. Shit, I'm not dating. I haven't had a date in over 10 years. Anyway, I would not be dating any toys, warm or cold, anything like that any person had ever used. I'm dating that person, that mind. So, what the hell is the gold star for? I don't give a shit.
I don't know. Fuck it.
Oh, yeah. My roommate just made some food 25 minutes ago, was asking me if she should bring a bowl for me, the fried rice that she made. I didn't even hear the tweet or the notification go off. So I'll probably eat some before I leave. But anyway, yeah. Which reminds me, actually, it's about time to bring this to a close because I've got to head out of here. But squishy cute. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. I saw Billy Bong posted True Blood Atheist. Now, Billy, does that mean you are a true blood atheist? You've never been religious at all? Because I'm always looking for more deconversion stories if you're up for it. Right? So let me know. And
okay. If you're closing the doors pretty soon, Sweetness, if I may, there will be 2 cups of coffee tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, you were going on a little bit about that on Twitter earlier.
Yeah,
I saw the tweet.
There's my regular show at noon, and Stephen Bauman will be with me talking about geology. At 6 p.m., Shannon Q is coming on my channel. we weren't able to set up a time for one of the noon shows. You could only do it evenings. So
Okay.
I said, okay, if you're going to come by at 6, I'm doing 2 freaking shows. We will be talking about grief at a distance.
Yeah.
You know how you have long distance relationships and long distance friendships. Well, kids, I think we have kind of found out that there's also long distance grief.
Mhm.
And I'd like to talk with
I'm a
her
victim
about
of such.
that. Okay. And yeah, I'd like to talk with her about that and get her, what's the word I'm looking for? Insights. And, psychologist that she is. So hopefully we can learn some things.
Shannon is brilliant when it comes to stuff like that. She's going to be a really, really great conversation. I'm going to have to tune in now. But of course, tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, I'm going to my sister's place because it's the big Jewish Rosh Hashanah holiday.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's right.
Right. But they're going to hate me because I'm going to be wearing something like this there.
Okay, so the rest of the family is still observant Jewish. It's just you that's broken with. Okay.
My mom kind of I don't know if I believe anymore, even so. But she, you know what? You ever heard the expression "atheist Jew," where they still continue with the traditional stuff?
Oh yes. Silverman would speak in those terms quite a bit.
Right.
Yeah.
Apparently, speaking of Silverman, apparently my friend Vikram and of course Armin and Randolph met him at one of the dealies here, and they were trying to see if he wanted to come on my show, and I'm like, I don't want fucking Silverman on my show. I don't want that fucking shithead on my show. That guy's got a lot of fucking baggage with him. No.
Yeah, and I guess he's taken a bit of a turn as far as personality goes. In other words, he's not as jovial as he used to be.
Well, don't really care. The guy's got a lot of people.
Well, he's got that other baggage going on too. Yeah, which is not all that good.
I don't want him on my show. I have no interest in meeting the guy, or
I couldn't blame you, actually.
So yeah, I don't want to be involved with that. But some people, if he proves to be innocent through all this, then I might consider that. Right? Then he's been given the shaft, really, if that's the case. But I don't.
Well, with a couple
why
of the
would anybody bring that up if it wasn't a thing, right?
With a couple of the tweets he's done lately, they sound very, very bitter, if you'll excuse the expression. They sound very Republican.
Okay.
It sounded like a lot of the folks in this administration, when confronted with something, then they start lashing out. Those things I saw from him sounded a lot like that. And I'm saying, Dave, I don't know. There was a time I wanted to meet you. I don't know if this is that time anymore.
Right.
Because one of the ways I got to know NCG Studios was he appeared on The Place a few times, and Aaron Ra also appeared there. And this is how I got to know Dr. Jones, and ended up working with him for a year and a half. But anymore, the way things have gone, no, I don't think I'd want to talk to Silverman. Okay, this is really fun, Neil. You weigh as much as I do, and you're 7 inches taller. Okay.
Why?
Now you see why I need to lose weight.
Now I have to have Billy on the show because he thinks I should have he thinks I should have Silverman on. I don't want to platform that asshole. He's being charged with sexual misconduct charges. He's got all kinds of shit going on. And
no, wait a minute. It's got to the point of a formal indictment.
Yes, that's what I mean. Like, so, and now,
Okay, that one I didn't see. No, I actually didn't see that one.
I don't know if it's, I don't know. Silverman just to me right now is toxic. So I'm not
Yeah, I can't blame you for thinking that way. No.
you know, he's got a good book and it's sitting right here in my collection, Fighting God.
I have read it. Yeah.
And I do want, you know, I mean, if he's cleared of all these charges and whatnot eventually, then I'll say, hey, man, you know, sorry you had to go through that shit. Come on my show, and I'll get him to sign my book. But until such time, I don't want to platform that kind of toxicity until it's been dealt with legally or whatever, right? So you understand what I mean, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Understandable.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, Billy, we'll talk about Silverman. Because, I mean, I have respect for his work that he does. Absolutely. He's done a lot of good. But from what I'm to understand from the people that I know that have met him, like Matt Dillahunty, the guy is kind of a dick. So there you go.
I will say that I kind of miss the personality of American Atheists that was under Silverman. He kickstarted that group. He really did. And it seems to have slowed down a lot with Nick Fish at the helm. I don't know. Maybe things will change at some point, but I'd like to see that old personality for the group back.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. And Billy is asking if I'm not skeptical of all the claims. I you know what? When a woman comes out and says, "Listen, somebody abused me in some sexual fashion," I have no reason not to believe her. Because why would you do that? Why would you come out and say this if you're bullshitting? And I get it that there are some out there that might do that for financial gain, but most of these girls were unknown and they have no real reason to come out like that and put themselves in that kind of a spotlight without there being some truth behind it. Nobody does that, right?
And
so
the way
I'm going to believe them until it's shown that they were full of shit.
The way we as women are brushed aside, and even worse, you know, we're vilified for coming out and stating something like that. That's another reason that, you know, you have to wonder, you know, you have to say, okay, maybe there is something behind this simply because she's coming out and saying it.
Right.
Because it's like, okay, come and get me, come on, you know. Because not only is the woman coming out and saying it going to be attacked, nothing's going to be happening about what she's saying anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
And coming out and talking about stuff like this puts them in a target spotlight. So why would you voluntarily do that to yourself if there wasn't something behind it? Like, look at Christina Rad with the Lawrence Krauss thing, right?
Yeah, I was thinking of her.
Right.
Well, she was the person who finally convinced me that there was actually something behind these allegations against Krauss. There was, you know, no reason I had to doubt what Christina had to say.
Me either.
It's okay. You're coming out and talking about this, and I'm hearing you, and I no reason. Okay, maybe there is something to all this.
Well,
So,
I met Christina because she was part of the whole Faithless Norm thing too, and yeah, I'm actually right now working on her being on the show sometime in October.
yay!
Well,
That's a good thing.
yes,
I tell you, if my heart didn't belong to Kate and Christina weren't married, she'd be right up there on my list. Okay.
Oh, she's fantastic too.
Yeah.
She's an awesome gal. She's just, I forfeited my seat so she could sit down in front row and watch the Atheist Experience while we were there. So yeah, I'm like, you got more fucking subs than I do. You deserve this chair more than me. I just stood off to the side and let her, and she took over. She's, oh, thank you, and we became pretty good friends, I guess. But yeah, All right, guys, I got to wrap this up. It's about almost 8:30, and I told myself I would have this done by 8:30. Mythical Atheist, again, thank you so much for chatting with me today. I know you didn't really get a lot of words in here edgewise at the after party, but
not much for talking.
but you're able to listen in and laugh along with us, though.
Yeah.
And Dana, thank you so much for jumping in, and also
thanks for having me. Sincerely, I love being here.
Oh, always a pleasure. And Adelinda, you need to be in more of these because it's so much fun having you in here as well.
So
yeah,
wait a minute.
I was lucky to have the day off again.
Am I playing Kate's role here on your show? The way Kate's always coming on my show, which, hey, I'm not complaining. Let me tell you. And then am I in the same sort of thing showing up here all the time? Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, well, anyone's always welcome to jump into these things, and everyone that I've ever had as an interview is always welcome to. But anyway, oh, sure, the Deviant shows up, Mikey shows up now, and Santiago Kin, welcome. But we are going to shut this down now, guys. So, as I have places to be, people to kill. I mean, people to see.
Oh, something like what is it? Things to see and people to do. That's it.
Things to see and people to do. There you go. All right. my weed is calling.
Okay, then.
All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with us. Hope you guys enjoyed the shenanigans that are always my after parties. Thanks again to Mythical Atheist for being my guest tonight, and to the wonderful and beautiful Lavender Lady and Adelinda Dragon Queen for jumping in with us. You guys rescued me because there was seemingly no one around tonight for some reason. Anyways, until next time, guys, like I always say at the end of these things, like the late, great Christopher Hitchens once said, it's called faith because it's not knowledge. We'll see you guys next time. And if you missed the original interview, there's a link below to it, which has all the links to Mythical Atheist stuff and the link to my support stuff if you guys do feel like you want to help me out. And then until next time, guys, see you later.
Good night.